Okay, Overwhelm. I know you're here as a messenger. I know you're here as my rescuer. And today, I want to know what's underneath. What are you protecting me from? What are you afraid that I don't know how to feel? What do you think that I am not capable of holding, of exploring, of understanding about myself? We've all come here with a divine purpose, traveling on a stream of cosmic dust from the stars into our mother's wombs, born into this precious life. It is no accident that you are here, my love, on earth, in this moment, in this body. You are here longing to find your place, to align with your purpose, to embody your passions and to live into the dreams of your heart. Yet so often we get caught, suspended in the tangle of life, not able to move forward, not able to find solace and comfort in a world that has forgotten the truth of our existence. As we begin to remember, as we peel back the layers, as we come together to uncover our unique gifts and reconnect with our authentic selves, we are able to see another way of being, a new possibility, a different life waiting to be lived. I have experienced on this complicated and wild journey of life that when we connect with the story of our soul, it will show us the magic of this life that we have been missing. It will open a window into the very heart of who we truly are, of who we came here to be, and gives us answers to our ever-asking why. Good morning, my beloved souls. Thanks for tuning in. Today, we're exploring overwhelm. And this is something that I see a lot, right, in my clients, in friends, in family. And it's something that I used to experience in my own life for years, probably decades, right? Maybe as long as I can remember, actually. Always this sense of overwhelm. There's too much to do, and there's not enough time, there's not enough energy, there's not enough money, whatever the thing is, right, that there's not enough of, perceived not enough of, that causes overwhelm to flood into your own life. So for me, in my exploration of this, there's two significant pieces that I see to overwhelm, and that's what I want to talk about today, so that you can look at your overwhelm through a different lens, right? Because it can feel so real, so personal, so like you just can't get out from under it. Overwhelm is overwhelming, let's say. So the first thread that I want to follow is that actually overwhelm is your friend. And that might make you kind of stop and be like, what the heck is Sarah talking about today? I don't like overwhelm. It has nothing for me. It's horrible. And yes, all of those things can be true, as well as the fact that overwhelm is your friend. It's your ally, let's say. And the reason being is because overwhelm is protecting you from something else. It's a very familiar feeling, right? When I say overwhelm, we all have an exact knowing in our body, in our mind, of what overwhelm is, right? I don't have to explain it to you. You have a very real and personal experience with overwhelm. And what I'm offering is that actually that's like your defense, right? That's the thing that comes in to save you, to rescue you from what is actually happening. There is something always going on underneath overwhelm. There is something deeper. There is a wound. There is a space inside you that is longing for your attention and your love. And yet you don't know how to give it to yourself because that part also doesn't know how to ask. And for so many years, you've been suppressing it, and overwhelm has been coming in to save you. Because at least overwhelm is familiar. At least overwhelm you know you can handle, and at least overwhelm will eventually pass. right? Like you have this specific relationship with your overwhelm. Yet, my loves, the invitation today is to say, okay, overwhelm, I know you're here as a messenger. I know you're here as my rescuer. And today, I want to know what's underneath. What are you protecting me from? What are you afraid that I don't know how to feel? What do you think that I am not capable of holding, of exploring, of understanding about myself? I love you for being here with me, and yet I'm ready to know the truth. And then see what happens. Just imagine moving overwhelm aside, giving it a seat, right? Pull up a chair, let your overwhelm sit in the chair and say, you know what, overwhelm, we can look at this together. I have the tools, I have the courage, I have the inner knowing to explore this part of myself. And you will find something. You will find a deeper reason. You will touch something that overwhelm was hiding. And this is when magic happens, right? Because now, overwhelm, you don't need it in that moment because you can actually be with a part of yourself that is wanting your attention. So this is the first thread of overwhelm. This is the part that is yours. This is the part that you get to explore and you get to dive into. Now there's a second purpose or origin, let's say, of overwhelm. And this is where we depersonalize the overwhelm. And we talk about this a lot here, right? In this space is the collective, the negative collective energy that we are all touching all the time. And there's just no conversation about it. And we're told that it's yours and it's personal and, you know, it's your pain, it's your fear, it's your overwhelm. And yes, there is definitely truth in that. We have our personal things, right? Our stuff that we carry around that we get to look at. And then we also get to recognize that not everything fits into the emotional mental model that we've created, and that a lot of what swirls around us is just human negative consciousness. And so second thread here that we're following is that is overwhelm. The sensation you feel, the relationship you have with it, guess what? You're touching every other human on the planet that is experiencing overwhelm. And that's why it's overwhelming. Because when you have 9 billion people being overwhelmed right now, can you now see why it feels so suffocating? Because you're touching everybody. And overwhelm is designed to stress you out, designed to keep you small, designed to keep you just spinning on the hamster wheel, right? Trying to dig one layer deeper for something that isn't even yours. And so in those moments, right, after you've had your conversation with overwhelm, sitting in the chair next to you, you find your piece that is actually yours underneath. You then get to move into the second model, where you recognize the parts of overwhelm that are not yours. And you just ask them to leave. No, thank you, overwhelm. We have had our conversation. You have given me the gift that's mine. We have created our ally relationship. And now the rest of you that is swirling and circulating, that actually is not yours. That's not mine. You say to overwhelm, and you say, you know what? You can leave now because I need to get on with my day. And so really being able to navigate this place where there are these two parts to overwhelm, yours, where it's protecting you, your ally, what's underneath, what is your wound that you get to excavate? Beautiful, right? This is why we're here, to excavate these wounds. And then the other part is recognizing that you are one tiny human in a sea of other humans, and that we all share an experience of overwhelm. And then just move it out of your space. Should not be inside your personal space bubble, right? Your aura, 1.5 to 2 feet around you. Overwhelm does not get to be in there with you. Overwhelm gets to be on the outside of that bubble. And you get to harvest the gifts of it, but then you get to leave what doesn't belong to you. You get to be in relationship differently with the extra parts, right? Like I can feel like the expansiveness of overwhelm as it just blankets our planet because so many people are touching it and experiencing it and personalizing it without a tool, right? That's the difference. We are personalizing because we're using it as a tool. Most people just personalize it because we don't know what to do with it. So I would love to hear from you. These are such incredible tools. This freed me, right? I don't get overwhelmed anymore. I get busy. I get full. Busy's not a word that I entirely love. I get full. My life gets full. There's a lot of moving parts. But I get to be calm in the center of all that swirls around me in my life. And creating this new relationship with overwhelm is one of the ways I have done that. Figuring out what's mine, cleaning that up, and then moving off what's not. This will change your life, my loves, because it's looking at these things more closely, right? And finding the tools, learning how to navigate through them is where we find the calm in the center of the storm. I love you.